welcome back, people. So today's venture is out on the boat. I was going to go and do a bit of beach fishing, but I decided I want to go out on the boat really. And I don't know if you can see much, but yeah, this is my view at the moment. Pretty dark, just coming out of the channel at the moment, and off for a bit of codding. Apparently there's a few cods around the back of the island at the moment. Never heard of this in March, so we're going to give it a go. And also I've got some worm as well, because I want to do a little bit of place fishing as well. So let's see how we get on. So been travelling half an hour now. It's finally dawn is starting to rise. You can see over there to the east. It's force 4 northeasterly at the moment, which is pretty much broadside of me at the moment. But it's not too bad. Got the autopilot on, which helps keep it steady, on a steady course. So another half an hour or so to go, and we'll get the picking. Well, I'm out fishing. I'm here. I finally arrived, and it's a little bit lumpy at the moment, but nothing that I can't deal with. We've got one rod in the water, which is just a normal 1 pound weight there. The tide's running quite a bit, but what I do sometimes is, when I'm trying to fish a little bit light, is I use a breakaway weight, 8 ounce on a running ledger, and swivel each end. So if you do get a conger eel, then it don't spin up the trace. And thank you to Mark Williams for telling me that rig. I don't normally put 2 swivels at both ends of the running ledger, but it really helps when you get loads of congers, and they normally trash your traces up within seconds, congers, but yeah, it's really helped, sort of thing. So the way I use the weight, or the breakaway weight, is because it's a lot less weight than what I would do down tide. I let it plummet to the floor, and then I let the line go and put a belly in the line. So basically you reverse up tiding, which with the belly in the line, it then makes the grip lead grip in, and you can fish lighter lines, which is really handy actually. So as I said, out here, the chance of a cod. I've heard rumours of cod out the back of the island. The good old squid. Sorry about me going in and out of this camera, it's rocking around like a tree, but there we go, there is squid. So I'm just going to put it back in the water now. We're all ready to go. I'm using the Slosh 30s with my Sea Hunter 25, or 1525 I should say, today. Interested to see how they get on with a decent sort of, hopefully, a ray or cod. So I'm going to let the line go down now. It's plummeting to the floor. It's 70, just short of 70 foot here at the moment, about 68 foot. And it's still going down. There, it's hit bottom. Now I'm going to let the line go. I'm just letting it roll out. So the tide's going to take the line, and it's going to put a belly in the line, which will help then the breakaway weight grip in, and that way you can use lighter leads, which I much prefer. No one likes hauling up a 1.5 pound lead weight before you even start to get the fish on top as well. So that's what I do. Give it a go, see what you think. But I normally use over 8 ounce. What I do with the Gemini weights is I'll take out the insert, which allows you to adjust it, and just use the full mould. That gives you roughly 8 ounces. So that's what I do. Anyway, just about enough line now, bellied out I would say. I'm going to lock that off. You'll slowly feel it tensioning up, which I am now. Yep, I can feel it. You can feel if it's not right, you'll feel the lead bumping around, and you know it's not gripping in. It don't always work, but it's well worth a try. Certainly great for fishing light leads. Well, looks like I may have a little bit of a bite coming on this rod here. This one's going to have a little feel, see how we get on. There's not a lot been happening at the moment. As you probably can see from the skyline, it's pretty all over the place at the moment. See, oh, it feels a bit something there actually. No, maybe my imagination on that one. Just pull into it. There's certainly some weight there. Certainly some weight there. You know what? I reckon it could be one of those dogs. Let's have a look. See what's coming on. My leader's coming on. Oh no. Believe it or not, it is one of these critters. It seems a little bit early for this actually, but nevertheless, nice to see. Not long, boys, they'll be on the beaches. Not the biggest, but well welcomed. Anyway, I'll put it back. There she goes, off like a shot. Nice to see. Sign of the season starting, that is. Great stuff. So I'm not even touched the bait hardly. So I'll leave that bait on and just add a little bit to it. I wondered if the ragworm actually may have helped on that one. Got a little bit of a ragworm there. Just I'm planning to go placing later on, so I just thought I'd bung a bit of ragworm on just for the hell of it, really, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's just whack another squid on, and let's get him back out there. I'll best reset the weight. You can see that. And yeah, let's see what happens. It's a bit of sign of life, which is nice. Just going to oh, one of my quick release is gone. There we go. Now we'll get ready for it again. We're about 52 foot now. It's calmed down a lot from what it was this morning. But again, it's still all over the place though. Still all over the place. Swinging around all over the place. But we're catching fish. That's the main thing. We're catching now. And the tide is ebbing as well. We're now coming down to the last of the ebb as well. So I should probably go down to smaller weights as well. And which makes it a lot nicer for fishing. So just in the distance there you can see White Cliff as I pan round. Over in the distance there, Sandown. They come around the bay, and then just beyond that point there was Ventnor. Fished a few times in those sort of locations, but the Isle of Wight boys, they know what they're doing around the back of this island. But there we are. This is where we are. As you can see, still fairly lumpy out here, but it's good to be out. That's the main thing. Good to be out. Just be nice to see one of those cod that apparently been around the back of the island here. Just starting to get a few bites now. It's all starting to happen a little bit now. So yeah, it's just had a bit of a knock on this rod here. I'll give it a go. See how we get on. Oh, definitely feels a bit of weight on this one. Oh, yeah. Look at the bend on that. Jeez. Oh, this is pretty heavy. Not putting up much of a fight. I'm just wondering if this is a ray, you know. Tide is starting to slacken off, so it's normally that sort of time. Yeah, so let me get it aboard. So there's a nice ray, nice spotted ray that is. Yeah, nice to see that, nice to see. So I'll get it back in the water and fight another day. The boat's absolutely swinging all over the place at the moment, and the lines are going everywhere. It's starting to be really frustrating at the moment. The northeasterly wind is pushing me round against the tide. The tide is now flowing east to the east, sort of thing. So you've got that effect where the wind's pushing you that way. The boat wants to come that way with the tide, and it's swinging back and forth, back and forth. It's I've had to keep the lines nice and tight to the boat and just sort of basically bouncing them at the back of the boat so I don't get snagged up. It's pretty snaggy here, so I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be snagging the lines up. It is a nightmare when you keep doing that. But the bites are starting to happen. I've got one now by the look of that. And yeah, sort of dogs and rays I suppose it's going to be, but I'm still after that cod. It would be nice to have a cod. But let's see what happens. Let me just pull into this one there now and see what's going on. It's not a lot happening on it. I think it's just where it's bouncing around. I'm just going to gently pull in it, see if I can feel any weight. No. No, it must be just where it's bouncing around at the moment. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going. See what happens. It's calming down a little bit. Certainly not getting tossed around as much as I was. And the sun's coming out as well, so really great. Really nice to see that sun coming out. But I wish I probably went tomorrow, really, because it's supposed to be a lot calmer. A lot calmer, but stupid me made an appointment to the opticians, didn't I? So that was the end of that. The action's starting to really happen now. It's non-stop bites at the moment, absolute non-stop bites. The boat's swinging around, but we're getting the bites now, so it's good news. It's absolutely good news. So it's nice to see a bit of action, and hopefully we'll get some decent fish. But this one is just biting at the moment. I'm just going to ease into it and see what we've got. It feels a bit of weight there. But, oh, it feels like a dogfish, this one. Not a lot of fight back. But nevertheless, it's a fish. It's all good fun. Just dropped off at the bottom of the boat there. Basically mouthing it. They're mouthing it. They're not really taking it that well, actually, the dogfish today. But I'll put it back down. There's plenty of bait left on it. And see how we do. So the boats are going to continue in. as we spin round, which is good news. I suspect this is another dogfish by the feel of it. It is a dogfish as well. Not a bad size one either. That is not a bad size. Let's just get him on board. I'll just get the disgorger, disgorge him off. There we go. That's a fair old size dogger, that is. Not a bad size one, that one. Good to see him come in. Let's get him back. The other rod's going now as well. This is going to be a dog fest, I can see it. Absolutely see it. Let's get this one out of the way. Get it rebaited up actually. Let's get while that one materialises. Right, let's pick out this other rod and see how we're getting on with this one. I suspect it's another dogfish. Oh no, you don't feel like there's anything on there actually. No, certainly don't feel like it. Oh well, let's reel up and get rebaited. Oh, there is. Oh, it's a perfect live bait pout, this one. Perfect for live baiting, that one. But I'll put him back. Let's get rebaited on this one and get him back out. See what happens. You can see the sun shining quite nicely over on White Cliff Bay and the cliffs there. It looks rather nice. Well, I've moved to Hayling Bay now. It's not been too great, but go to trusty Hayling Bay, should produce. I've heard that there's been a few caught in the last couple of days on this particular mark. So I've got the float and spoon rig out again, and I've got one at the back of the boat again, just bobbing as the boat bobs round. I'm going to work the float this time though. I'm going to work the float back and forward, so I'm going to let it drift out, and I'm also slowly, once it's bringing it back in, so once I've let it float all the way out pretty much to the nylon backing, that's when I normally then start retrieving it slowly back in, sort of thing. So that way you're working the spoon all the time, sort of thing, and those places love to see that spoon flicker around and flash in and and all the rest of it. They really do like that movement sort of thing. So yeah, so let's just hope we end up with a place today, or maybe a couple of places. I mean, a friend of mine, he was on this mark and he had 8th place and a couple of bass, so it's a favourable chance. So hopefully we bag one. Well, it's come to the end of the day. No place in the end. It's been a northeasterly, then it's gone easterly, then it's gone southeasterly. Whether it's that easterly wind, whether I favour it or don't favour it, I don't favour an east wind myself. Never have done. And it's shown the day really. You know, I've earlier on had a ray, smooth hound, a few dogs. Then I come place fishing, but no place to end the day with really. But anyway, that's me done for the day. I'm going to wrap it all up, get the boat back on the pontoon, and I'll see you next time.